everybody, what's going on? It's Carter here from the Gaming Dynasty. Today I want to tell a story. Now the story may not be scary, but then again, it could be a little scary to you. This is a story about my experience with the deep web. Now if you don't know what the deep web is, it is pretty crazy stuff. In a nutshell, to explain it, it's like an iceberg. So, an iceberg, you see ice, right? That's only 3% of the iceberg. The rest of it is underwater, what you can't see. That is the best way to explain the deep web, in the sense that what you can see is the surface web. The 3% of the iceberg you can see, that is Google, that is Bing, that is what you use every single day. The deep web, the dark web, that is what you can't see. That's the 97%. So the deep web is much larger than the surface web that we use every single day. So I got curious about this, and I watched a few videos, and I heard the horror stories about it. I heard some of the crazy shit about what happens on the deep web. And to be honest, I wanted to see if some of that stuff was true or if it's all a bunch of bullshit. I didn't know. So I went ahead and decided to check it out. But since I heard all these freaky stories about people who tracked 12-year-old kids down through the dark web and actually attacked them, I was freaked out. So I took all of the measures to make sure that I would not end up in that situation. So I watched a ton of tutorial videos, and the one I found showed the best way to not get caught using the dark web. So I went ahead and used all of the browsers I should be using. I used DuckDuckGo, I had a fake IP, I did everything, and I was doing this on my phone. And the way I accessed the deep web was by downloading Tor on my phone. I even put tape on the camera lenses of my phone, front and back. That way nobody could see me if they somehow hacked into my phone and tried to access my cameras. I didn't want them to be able to see me. So I thought this thing through. You get it. So I got onto the deep web, and at first I didn't think there was anything on there because all I saw was your average Joe stuff. It was just a lot slower because since your phone or whatever device you were using is taking the time to make sure that it is secure, especially for DuckDuckGo, since it's making sure everything is safe, it's very slow. It takes a lot of time. It can take 5-10 minutes to load into one site or to click on one link and open it up. I didn't see anything scary to start off. I didn't see anything weird. But then I heard about something called the hidden wiki. Or the dark wiki. I looked it up and I found it. I clicked on the dark wiki link and it opened up this huge page just filled with frightening things. It didn't freak me out too much because it matched up with the stories that I heard, and I knew that they were true from then on. In a nutshell, to explain it to you, it was a page that had all these different services that you could purchase with these things called bitcoins. Now bitcoins, it's pretty much the currency of the dark web. It is the currency, and it costs real money. Now prices go up and down for how much 1 or 2 bitcoins is. Now, I wanted to check out some of the links just to see what might happen. The only thing I refused to ever check out was the forums, because I've heard horrible stories about the forums. When you find people on the dark web, they could just be curious like myself, like I was, just checking it out a little bit, or they could be a sicko trying to do something on the dark web. This is where I'm really going to break down the dark web to you. This is the little catch about it. The dark web is untraceable, or nearly untraceable, by anybody. By our government, by other people, by your friends, by your family, anybody. Nobody can really track it. There's ways, but it's hard. Now this can be a very useful tool if you have a filtered internet, if you have a filtered system, database in your country, if you have an oppressive government that's trying to keep information away from you, you can get onto the dark web and you can find that information otherwise. It's a useful tool. It's a useful tool in that sense. However, having absolute freedom over the internet and being connected to everything has its cost, and that cost being sickos and freaks and perverts. There is a lot of drugs being sold on the dark web. There is a lot of sickos trying to sell children and trying to sell child pornography. There is people who try to kill others. There is hitman services. There's human experiments, and you can find all this crazy stuff. Now, I didn't want to see any. Obviously, I didn't want to see anything too bad, so I just clicked on a link that would lead me to drugs, because I want to see like what possible drugs you could purchase. So I clicked on it. It took about 10 minutes for me to load the link, but it freaked me out a little bit because apparently there is a chat room in the link, meaning that people could type in and actually say what they wanted to purchase. Now, the only thing I found that was purchasable was marijuana, and it was, I believe, $2,500. So, yeah, there was other drugs. There was meth. There was heroin. But I didn't purchase any of it. I'm not a druggie, guys. Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't know what to say other than that. I got out of the site. I deleted the app, Tor, because I didn't want to use it anymore. I didn't have a reason to use it. I waited about a week until I took the tape off of my camera lenses because I was a little freaked out. And that is pretty much my experience with the dark web. It's not necessarily horrible. There's been worse. But now I actually can believe the stories that I hear on the internet of people actually being tracked down and attacked by freaks and sickos on the internet. So, yeah, like I said, not too terribly scary. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Peace out.